Hey guys, I wanted to come in for a quick update video of some of the things that we see started back on, I think, December 31st. So in this tray, we have some chives. They sprouted, and as you can see, they still have like the seeds on the tips. That's kind of common with things in the onion family. And then we have some basil here. So with the basil, I kind of seed started them like 4 to a cell. I put the seeds kind of one in each corner. So I have two varieties here. This Memalo basil variety I actually ordered from Baker Creek. It's supposed to be a lot more foliage on this variety. And then I got the classic Genovese basil right here. And this, I don't have as many of them that came up. I didn't want to do a ton of those this year. But these are all plants that seeds that I seed saved from our last growing season. But everything's coming along quite well. We're planning on using these to interplant with our tomatoes. So we'll need quite a bit of those. So we'll see if we have to like direct sow any of those too. And then right here, we have our oregano, which is doing really good. Even if you like rub the tops right now and smell them, it smells so good. And then right here we have our lemon balm plants. I think we kind of messed up a little bit with these. Some of the seedlings got burnt from the, you can see it now. They got burnt from the light. They got a little too much light in the beginning because we went on a trip not long after we seed started. So they got a little too much light while we were gone. But we still have some that are coming out pretty good. And these are perennials, so we don't need a ton of those all over the yard anyways, because we didn't want them to kind of take over in the coming years. In this tray, we have some peppermint, which sprouted kind of sparingly. These seeds were a little on the older side. So I was just happy that they even sprouted. So they're doing pretty good now. And then right here we have some dill that are finally putting on their some of their true leaves here that you can see they're kind of like sprawling all over the place. So those are looking really nice. And then right here we have some bunching onions. I still have some of these in our garden outside that I was gonna try to let go to seed this season so I can collect from those and just have them, you know, just kind of have our own little seed bank for bunching onions. We like to use these a lot with cooking and just garnishing our meals. So, and then here are our pepper plants, and they are all like various stages because they took different amounts of time to germinate. So we just kind of planted them as they came along. I wanted to show you guys this one right here kind of up close. This is the Bueno Mulatto pepper. We ordered these seeds from Baker Creek, and they look like a purple cayenne, but the coloration of the leaves and the true leaves that are coming in right here. Let me see if I can get you guys up close on that. So it has like some purple coloration on there, so that's looking really nice. And then we have some mini bell pepper right here. We have some Ring of Fire cayenne. These are all seeds that I seed saved from this past growing season. So I'm excited about that, just being able to see what we get from the ones that I seed saved from. Because it's, I don't know, just this first go around with it, it's going to be, you know, really rewarding if it turns out well. But if it doesn't, oh well, you live and you learn. So then here are some of the, these are jalapenos. We do have 6 of these right now of the like large green. They're called Greg's Grand, I think Greg's Grande jalapeno, I want to say. We got those from Baker Seed as well, Baker Creek. So, yeah, so we wanted quite a few of those because we like to do pickled jalapenos and other things with them. Then this row right here is a Carolina Reaper. So we have 3 of them going, but we probably will only keep 2 of those, maybe 1, so, but we'll see. And the same for these. These are Jay's red ghost pepper. Some of the super hots, we won't keep so many of them because we won't. My husband, he does a really good job with pruning peppers, so we get high yield out of our pepper plant, so we won't need to keep too many of those. And then here are some of the more cool varieties of jalapenos that we got this year. We have lemon spice and orange spice. And so as you can see, they're coming along quite well. They sprouted really quickly. I think these are some of the largest pepper plants that we have going along so far. So they're looking pretty good. Then we have Tabasco. We wanted to grow these this year because we wanted to make more of our own hot sauces. So hopefully we get a pretty high yield out of these guys. If you can tell, like the tops of some of these are a little, this doesn't have anything in it, but the tops of some of these are a little dry, but we try to bottom water our plants to try to promote some of the root development on those. And then here are a few more pepper plants. They're starting to get like a little Mod Podge because they were just sprouting at different time rates. So we were just putting them in the soil as they came up. And then here are a few of the last few that we had to come up. These are chocolate skunk peppers. Let me see. And then a few more Tabascos that are just sprouting up. So we will see how that goes. And then I'm going to take you guys out to the greenhouse just to give you a little peek as to what's going on in there. Okay, so here we are in the greenhouse. We have a little temporary setup. We have a thermometer inside and it tells you humidity, and we can actually check that from the phone. And then we also have a little heater down here that we keep set to 60, and it only comes on when the temperature drops below 60 degrees. So that's been able to kind of help us with regulating the temperature in here. So here are our cauliflower that we have started, that we're just waiting for them to get a little further along before we put them out in the garden. And then we also have some broccoli here, and then here is some lettuce mixes that I just transplanted over here. We're planning, the idea for this is to harvest these as the cut and come again process. So I'm gonna start another round of these guys this afternoon. And then we have a few onions that we sprouted. We had a little trouble with these. The wind kind of blew them over before they all came up. So we're lucky that we were able to salvage what we did. And hopefully we'll be able to plant these out when the early springtime comes in. So we're hoping that they'll be ready to go out in the yard. Right here is my husband's pride and joy. This is a pink lemonade lemon tree, and we got it in the summertime, but it never put on any buds, like any flower buds. So we got this greenhouse set up so we can try to keep it from like dropping all of its leaves or having any type of stress. So we've been able to keep it pretty healthy inside of here. And let me see if I can zoom in over here. We actually, see, there it is. So we actually have some lemons starting to kind of form, and we have like flower buds all over the place, different places on here. So hopefully we'll be able to get a lemon or two. Here's another one, another guy right here. Hopefully we'll be able to get a few off of here. So that's going along pretty good. And then we have an avocado that my husband started from seed in here, so that's doing okay. And then we have a few of our pepper plants. This is jalapeno here. It's a little tall. We're trying to overwinter these guys and see how they do. Then we have a cayenne right here, and I think this is a shirashito pepper plant. So this is our first time overwintering. We're having some success. We even have them still putting on peppers at this point. Let me see right here. And these all these peppers came on since they've been inside of the greenhouse. So we haven't been doing too much other than making sure they're watered and that they don't have any aphids and stuff like that on them. But we haven't been doing too much as far as like fertilizing or anything with that. And then here are some just now sprouting through. We have some flower plants, some brushstroke pansies that we're trying to germinate in here. I did actually have these in our grow room, but they, for some reason, I think the temperature was a little too high in the house, so they weren't germinating at all. And so we actually brought them out to the greenhouse where it would get a little cooler than what it would experience inside the house. And so they actually have been doing a lot better out here. So that's been working out good. So I'm going to probably get a bigger seed start tray to start more flowers in, just get a large start, because I want to use those as like companion planting when we do start our spring garden. So I'm going to get these violas started up in there, and then some marigolds as well. I have 2 varieties of marigolds that I want to get going. So hopefully everything works out. I'll be back with another update with a more detailed video on actually putting seeds in trays and what we use for our seed starting mix. So see you guys in a bit.